Let's do it again. Welcome back, everybody, to the Things and Stuff podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Dom. I like to talk about things.
I'm Zach, and I talk about stuff.
And we got some things and some stuff for you right here. Shout out to 3D Energy, and
I think it's Alani.
I think it's Alani too.
It's Alani New. Alani New.
Shout out to our sponsors of the day, 3D Energy and Alani New. They're not sponsoring us. We just really enjoy their products. So if you want to throw us a bone.
Yeah. 2 bones.
2 bones. Maybe
2.
3. 4. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Couple of them.
We got something for you. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to
Cheers to everybody. Cheers to our listeners.
So
Cheers to our watchers.
So we pride ourselves on being energy drink connoisseurs.
Correct.
Ask
me anything.
Yeah. So anybody who finds themselves at Target, this is the only place that sells Alani New.
Fun fact. Sorry to interrupt. Target is also the only place in South Florida that sells 3D Energy. Shout out Christian
this is all
Guzman.
South Florida.
South Florida Target.
So I, for the past couple of weeks, have not had another energy drink besides these Alanis. This is the Cosmic Stardust, and
Quite tasty.
Actually, it has 200 milligrams of caffeine in it.
It's a little low for me.
It has more than a regular Red Bull. That's pretty.
Red
intense.
Bull is pretty low for me. This also. So
what does that have?
So what I found is I'm just incredibly over caffeinated. This has 200 as well. The Ghost has 200 as well. Monster, I think, usually has like 180 as well. I'm just used to things like Rain and Bang that have 300.
Well, those are pre-workouts. Those are like specifically for working out. Like they're marketed as pre-workouts, right? This isn't marketed as a pre-workout.
No, it's just a great.
It's just a great energy drink. There's a cherry slush flavor, a mimosa flavor.
Quite nice.
Hawaiian shaved ice.
Hawaiian shaved ice.
That one's really good as well.
It's fantastic to sip on a beach.
It is. And then we're also going to talk about another unofficial sponsor. If anyone is checking out all of this wonderful art, if you want to say which ones are which, I mean, if they don't know, now they know.
This is Demon Slayer. This is my personal favorite because the quality on this one is few and far between the best one that I have. It just looks so good. Mm-hmm. So Demon Slayer, we have Dark Souls in the middle because obviously you got to have Dark Souls.
That's true.
And then Kingdom Hearts on the far, my left, your right. And I also have like 6 other ones in another room in my house, and I just love them.
He actually bought me one for Christmas.
I did buy you one for Christmas.
Birthday. It was Christmas, I think. The Bloodborne one. Yeah. They're all from Displate. You go to Displate. That's crooked.
Displate.com, and they're actually very affordable. These I think run about $40 each, and for a poster. And by the way, they're metal, so it's not like it's a little piece of paper that you have to hang up and frame. This is metal. This is durable. This will last. You can see on the Kingdom Hearts one, there's actually a bend on the bottom because I dropped it like 4 times from a very high height, and it's still holding up.
Yeah, it's good quality. It's good quality stuff. It's etched, I'm assuming.
I just dropped the nail for this one, so this is gonna go down on here. Technical difficulties, but we still have the other 2.
Yeah.
Check out Displate. I know a few YouTubers have their own like personal custom displays, which is pretty cool. Settled has one for Swampletics. Vati Vidya has one.
Iron Pineapple has a couple.
Iron Pineapple has one. Those are the only 3 that I know
specifically, but there's a lot of people that get sponsored by Displate, and
they just have
people.
anything you
good
want,
people,
bro.
Good art. They come in different sizes.
They do come in different sizes. Basically,
that's what she said.
I'm sorry. Anything you want, any movie, any anime, any show, any video game, they have something from it. And
Check them out.
I actually have another one on the way. Full
Check 'em
Metal
out.
Alchemist. It's
Full Metal
going to be sweet.
Check them out.
Check them out.
Help
check
them-
us out.
Yeah.
Check us out, and then check them out, and then
Yeah.
check us out, checking them out, and then
Yeah.
hopefully they check you out,
Checking
checking
us
us out,
out.
checking them out.
Yeah, and
And
then
then-
we get checked out.
Everybody helps everybody.
Check. Check.
We provide them solids, and they provide us solids, and in turn we provide them more solids. I'm quid pro quo. Quid pro. Can
a
we
fair
spell
deal.
that?
Quid pro quo. QUID space PRO
Okay.
space QUE.
I think
Quid. No,
That's
hold on.
quid-
Quid pro quo.
I want to say
QUO,
it's either
quo.
QUO or CUO. I feel like it's
think
a
it's a
weird
Q.
word, so I don't know. It could
I
throw
got a
one
question. I got a
of those.
question
I
for
may
you.
have an answer.
Would you rather?
Go
Would
on.
you rather fight one one large primate,
like
what-
a gorilla, an orangutan?
Yeah, them sorts.
I really would not want to fight one of those.
Would you rather fight one on one, but both you guys have shotguns, or would you rather fight 10 of them and you have a shotgun?
One-on-one. There's no way an orangutan
They've
is
got
getting its
thumbs.
finger. It's got thumbs, but bro, the little space.
There's always something weird going on that side of your desk, man. Something
It's
popped.
haunted. I don't know.
The corner of his desk is haunted.
It happens.
Penelope.
Oh.
What did my grandma always
Pamela. Pamela.
Pamela.
So put a pin in that question.
in the question.
I've known him for
R.I.P. Grammy.
18 years or so, and for whatever reason, every single time I would see his grandmother, fun fact, was my first teacher ever.
Yeah.
She was my
She was a
pre-K teacher.
preschool. She taught like 3-year-olds.
She was great. She was great.
Pre-K.
But every time she would see me, she would say, "Hey, Dominic, Pamela's outside looking for you." I don't know a Pamela.
No.
Other than my aunt, which
Pamela
she
does
was not around.
Exist. You know, it'd be crazy if
She just saw a spirit named Pamela, and she was actually looking for me, and I have a spirit named Pamela that's following me around, and that may or may not be the sounds that we've been hearing on this very podcast. It's possible. It's possible. One-on-one the gorilla, for sure, because there's no way they're getting their sausage
so
finger.
so besides the sausage finger fact, would you rather fight one-on-one?
One-on-one.
The
All day.
gorilla's using the shotgun.
He's gonna beat the shit out of me with it, but I feel like I have a better. If I'm getting bum rushed by 10 gorillas, one shotgun is not gonna do anything for me. If I'm fighting 10 gorillas, I need minimum a tank.
10 gorillas.
10 gorillas at one time.
So you have like an automatic shotgun.
You mean like a no pump?
Yeah.
Ain't gonna do it, bro. It ain't gonna do it. 10 gorillas.
Or 10 orangutans. Either or.
I feel like orangutans are scarier.
They got long arms.
They got them larms, dude.
Larms.
They got them
They
larms.
got some larms.
And you get 3 of them coming at you at once. You shoot one, is probably not going to die from the first shot unless you hit it directly in the head.
So you think
That-
if you
that
shoot
long
if you
arm-
shoot the gorilla in the chest, look, we're not saying
They got the
we do
beef,
not
dude.
advocate animal violence. We are not advocating that. This is
No.
a hypothetical situation. If
No
you,
animal violence, no
No.
dog on duck violence, none of that.
no, dude, I actually did see that. We went back to the park and a dog was chasing after a duck, and I was like, the dude freaked out. But that's why. Look,
You gotta
if you're
leash
an
your dog,
owner,
bro.
if you own
You got to leash your dog.
if you own an animal, specifically a dog, owners know whether that dog belongs on a leash or not. I am not taking my dog in public without a leash.
Nope.
Mitchell has no control.
No, zero.
Zilch.
But
None.
even if they're the most well-behaved dog in the world, there's one thing that can set off any animal. I don't know what it specifically
the
is.
color red.
Dogs are colorblind. Do we know that for sure, though? Do we know that for a fact? How do they see balls? Like tennis balls. How do they see tennis balls?
It's just a ball. It's a light color. It's
okay. So, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses?
Wait, 100 duck-sized?
100 duck-sized horses.
100 mallard
or
horses?
one horse-sized duck. And I'm talking stallion, like the biggest of largest, most intimidating
It's a
alpha
Clydesdale.
male. Whatever. It's the shadow facts of ducks.
I'm taking the 100. I'm taking the 100.
Okay, so
The
I'm
100
pretty sure
mini
I
horses.
would too because I got some powerful legs.
Yeah,
and
I'm punting
you're
them.
punting them all day. But imagine they get you off balance, and you now have a
Stampede!
You now have 100
You're just being
duck-sized
clip-clop.
horses
You're just being-
clip clopping all over you. It'll be a tragedy. I'm still taking my chances with the 100 though.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fast. They're gonna be fast,
They're tiny.
but they're horses.
But they have a far less gait. Like, they're still going to be fast. But
For sure, but they got them thigh muscles, dude.
Miniature ones. They're miniature.
Have you ever tried to catch a duck? They're pretty quick. Can you imagine the beak size on that
Have you tried
horse?
to catch a duck?
Let's not talk about that.
Have you? Can
Can you imagine the size of the beak on the horse-sized duck? Do ducks have teeth?
I think they have, it's like minor serrations. Because they're carnivores, right? Are ducks carnivores?
I mean, they're eating fish, right?
Fish.
Yeah. They're pescatarian.
Omnivore?
Yeah.
Do they eat plant matter?
I'm sure they're eating grass. You got more? I got another one for you.
Go ahead.
Would you rather only eat food that has the texture of Jell-O or only drink liquids that have the texture of porridge? Yeah, it's a tough one, dude. It's a tough one.
So all food is just Jell-O.
Your steak and mashed potatoes,
Jell-O. Still has the taste, though?
Still has the exact same taste. Like, the taste is completely unaffected.
That's a tough one.
If you get
Every liquid is porridge.
perfectly cooked
It's like
A1,
thick consistency.
I'd say like
Jell-O.
you put
I'm going the Jell-O.
the Jell-O.
I am not drinking thick water.
That's where I drew
Thick
the line.
water.
But like, bro, can you imagine every single you go out for a nice steak and you take a bite of it and it's just
Yeah, and then you try and wash it down and it's just like, oh god, you're just trying to chug down some
I don't know.
porridge.
I feel like food is more important to me, so I could. I don't know, man. I chose the porridge.
Imagine
liquid.
taking a bite out of that steak and you're like, damn, I really want some of this Funky Buddha Floridian to wash it down, and it's just sludge.
Can
in
you
your
imagine
mouth.
carbonated porridge?
Just carbonated, weedy porridge. No.
That's got to be uncomfortable, dude.
No,
That's gotta
It's
be
just
uncomfortable.
Bubbling in your mouth. No, the carbonate. Imagine drinking Coca-Cola.
Can you
and it's just
imagine
bubbling and gurgling?
Jell-O or pizza flavored Jell-O?
No, I don't want to.
Doritos, Takis flavored Jell-O. That's what you're getting now, everywhere, all the time.
But at least it tastes like it.
Yeah.
At least it tastes.
Can you imagine waking up at 3 a.m.
What
you're
is
parched?
what is an annoying color? Like if
Magenta.
periwinkle.
Are you basing it off the name or the color? 'Cause
Both.
Me too.
Periwinkle.
Magenta is like the annoying sister of burgundy.
Yeah.
I love burgundy.
Yeah, like Burgundy's just hanging out. Oh God, Magenta's here. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Magenda's like, hey, is there room at the table? It's like a 2-seater car, and Magenda's like, can I come?
I can squeeze in the back. It's unnecessarily bright, but still such a deep hue at the same time. It's like, what are we using it for? What purpose is it serving us?
Hues.
Hue Neutron.
That's a weird name.
Hue?
Hue.
Huel. What about Huel? Like instead of fuel, it's Huel.
Huel.
Breaking Bad. He's a character.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me show you what he looks like.
Come on, Huel. Get over here, Huel.
Bro, tell me if
Old
this does
Hueler.
not match the image that you had in your head of Huel.
Huel. Yeah, you just keep saying it, and it gets worse.
You've seen him before. He's a meme.
Oh, that old tub-a-lub over there. Old Tubby Tubs.
Ow!
Old Tubster. Old Old Tubstein.
Tomb Tubstone.
Which body part do you want to remove?
Like a limb or
Just a body part.
I feel like they qualify love handles. They're big enough, they're prominent enough to be considered a body part. Get them off me. Get them off me.
I'm trying to think of a body part that I'd get rid of.
Do we really need the ring finger?
I mean, if you get married.
Just put it on another finger.
Yeah.
What purpose do earlobes serve?
That's a good question.
You can
I don't know.
adjust the height of that so you don't have to, like, you literally you stood up and then you slouched down to get to it. Like, man, you got to do what you got to do. It's a sinker of a chair. There's no doubt about it. It's a lounger. I feel like I'm way off screen here, but it's fine.
I feel like we're in the same spot. Like we're in the blue man group of the.
We are in the blue man group. I love blue.
I love gold. I don't
blue.
like gold actually. I hate gold.
I like gold.
Not a fan of
I
gold.
like gold, silver, and blue.
I think in most
Black.
circumstances I don't like gold.
I like gold. Gold member. I thought I had another one. I don't. Would you rather have live turtles as feet or tarantulas as hands?
Tarantulas as hands. I'd be climbing on everything, bro. Turtles for
It doesn't
feet?
mean that the tarantulas are going to give you spider powers. You think a tarantula the size of your hand is going to lift your entire body?
2 of them. There's two. There's 2.
Double the load.
Two
Share the
tarantulas.
load.
I mean, do you want to be walking the side like turtle speed the rest of your life? No,
No, it's not.
Now I have 8 fingers.
The turtle legs are not walking you. You're still stepping. It's like you're wearing turtles as shoes. So think about that. You either got to feed and keep the turtles alive or you're walking around with turtle carcasses. What if you just kill the turtles immediately and just have the shoes? Just have the shells of shoes.
Just turtle shoes?
Sometimes I really wonder what is going on in my brain.
He's
I made
got
this
turtle
I made this
power,
one up.
dude.
This one came out of right off the noggin, and then it's just a ball that starts rolling, and it picks up madness along the way.
Some of these questions are dumb. There's a lot of fruit questions.
Fruit questions.
Fruit questions.
Like, would you rather eat an apple or a pear? Do you like pears?
I have had it like once.
I feel like they're not necessary to the world. They're toppings in salad a lot. I don't eat salad.
Okay, this
clearly.
is good. If you could invite 3 people to dinner, living or dead, who would they be?
I hate these questions because I don't know anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Abraham Lincoln,
Why?
Hidetaka Miyazaki, and Stalin. Just let them have a conversation.
Both George Bushes and Helen Keller.
Wait, like George Bush Jr. and George Bush Sr.?
Yeah. And then I want to see them try to make conversation with Helen Keller.
It'd probably make it work. She's a nice lady.
Well, she's great. She
Good conversation.
I didn't feel like she was responding too much. I don't know if she could understand me. I might have been speaking too low, but it was a great time.
Hold on,
I
Dom.
enjoyed that
Is
dinner.
it recording?
It is. It's just started from way over there. So you got.
Oh, okay, bro. I got scared. I got super scared. You can't see what we're seeing, but boy, it looked like nothing was recording.
It's recording on OBS too. For some reason, my brain doesn't realize that I can just do this
It's the same reason that my brain doesn't.
instead
realize
of
I can
like
just lift
I have to maneuver around
it. All right,
this mic
another
stand.
group of people.
Another group of people.
Julius Caesar, Oprah Winfrey, and Vic Fuentes from Pierce Vale. What are they talking about?
Yeah, guys, I write songs and I sing incredibly high pitched. Who would you say, Julius Caesar?
Yeah, like the Roman emperor.
They're both about the same height. Vic's short, dude.
He's Mexican. Look,
Just because he's Mexican, he's short.
most Mexicans are short. This is not a gross. Look, okay. Spanish people are awesome.
It's been nice having the podcast. We have just been canceled.
Yeah.
Cancel culture is real.
I love Spanish people. Love them to death. At my restaurant, there was the cleaning crew would always come in, and they're from Mexico. Nothing, no harm, no foul. They were just like 4 foot. Like they were like 35 years old. Like you
Look,
thought
man,
they were.
I'm not
you thought
disagreeing with you.
You thought they were like little kids. You like you thought they were kids because they looked so young.
Some people do be getting really short.
And they were just like 4'5". Like they were short. Like the dude was up to my nipple.
Which,
like it was like they did a good job. I mean, like nothing wrong with them. They were just short.
would you rather be 3'2" or 7'10"?
Neither. Both of those are awful. I don't want to be 7'10".
No.
I don't want to be 3'2" either.
No.
3'2" because you could sit in so many different places.
Could go.
You could just have
anywhere,
fun
dude.
underneath this table.
You could.
You could have a little party under there.
As long as there's no kids around, you could go to any playground in the world and have a great time.
Oh, just a
have
blast.
a great time.
A blast.
Imagine like clearing out the old McDonald's playpens.
I mean, falling from the monkey bars might be treacherous, but
Oh, dude, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, we survived it, but you're not a kid anymore.
You're
Kids are
3'2".
indestructible.
Yeah, kids
I
are.
sit down the wrong way and I bruise my tailbone.
It's true.
What am I, 72? Basically.
Dog years.
72 times 7. It's like 500 something. That's pretty old. That's pretty crusty.
Okay, 2 people have to fight to the death in history. Like, you remember that...
Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great. Genghis Khan and
on a
Achilles.
horse?
Yeah, I think they're both pretty well versed in horseback.
But, like, Genghis Khan was primarily a horse... They're Mongolian, they were primarily horseback,
Yeah,
right?
but I feel like Alexander.
Had elephants.
Whoa,
That's a talking point that doesn't happen
that's
a lot.
one of those. That's one of those
He's got a damn Oliphant.
David versus Goliath things. Like the horse got the speed, but what is
How
a horse
fast
gonna?
do elephants run?
I gotta know.
How fast are elephants?
Elephant top speed.
How fast would it take to get to Alabama ride the elephant?
Bro, they can run up to 25 miles an hour.
That's not bad.
That's quick.
That's not bad. Hey,
For
man, the price
a
of gas right
tank?
now? The price of gas right now?
Send me an elephant. Send me an elephant. Send me the dudes from the Jungle Book eating little cane sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty. How does
Oprah
one...
Winfrey and Dr. Phil in a death match.
Oh, Oprah's taking it. Dude. Oprah's taking it all the way. I feel like Oprah's
you get an
got
uppercut.
moves.
You get an uppercut.
Bro, Dr. Phil doesn't stand a chance. He doesn't
How did
stand a
that
chance.
make you feel?
That fucking hurt.
Oh my God.
Oprah? Oh my, what?
Matthew McConaughey, Ben Stiller.
What is happening? Ben Stiller. I forgot he exists.
Because both of them are just going to be hitting each other with their noses.
Okay, so
There's going to be... and they're just Eskimo kissing
what
each
about
other.
Matthew Broderick?
Got some big...
I don't know if that's the right name for the dude.
I think that's the right name.
He kind of looks like Ross from Friends. You don't watch Friends.
No. Sorry for anyone who does watch Friends.
It's not bad, dude. It's really not bad.
Sounds like you need some
it was a late night.
thing else to watch.
You got me.
I got
it. It was one of those late night phases. I put on TV to go to sleep because I need background noise, and I like light in my room because the dark be scary. And there's just Friends is literally on from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So it's just on. I don't have cable anymore, so I don't do that.
I don't have cable either. It's a sham.
It's a sham.
Such a sham.
Wow.
It's so expensive.
Sham wow.
Sham no.
What about, was this a rumor that we all made up and just followed along with it? Did the guy from ShamWow get his tongue bitten off by a stripper? Or a prostitute? Did you not know about this?
No.
This happened so long, theoretically, rumored to happen a long time ago.
He looks like a guy that would be around a lot of strippers or prostitutes.
100%.
He's just like
That's why I
he's just like
believed
wiping him up. He's like, look at how the ShamWow could just absorb.
You got glitter? ShamWow it off. Wait, no, that's not ShamWow, dude. It was a slap chop. Chop. You know what I'm talking about. You slap it and it chops it up.
It's weird not seeing those commercials anymore.
Infomercials? Bro, I am a sucker for infomercials. I used to wake up very early on weekends and weekdays, and the Magic Bullet infomercial was unreal, dude. They were making nacho cheese. They were making pesto chicken pasta.
Do you know what one is actually really good? The Flex Seal. Flex Seal is legit.
Flex Seal is pretty legit, yeah.
Like ShamWow is just like a fucking squeegee. Like it's not.
It works well, though.
It does work well.
It works
but,
well.
Like Flex Seal is like advanced duct tape.
They also have Flex Seal spray.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's very, because it's just like a, I don't know if silicone's the right word, but it's like a rubber spray.
Like a silicone.
It's like a rubber
sure.
spray.
I don't think you can actually slap a piece of tape on a open draining fish tank and just fix it, but it do be working. It do be working. What about OxyClean?
Is that a like as seen on TV?
Yeah,
Is it?
OxyClean. You know, with the guy that yelled all the time.
Oh, didn't he die?
He did. He died from a burst aneurysm because he stood up on a plane too fast and hit his head.
Well, that'll do it.
Isn't that wild?
Planes are wild.
Planes. How do planes work? Carefully, right?
Momentum.
They do have a lot of momentum.
Momentum, and I think it's like something to do with like air displacement. I'm not an engineer, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like the speed, the velocity they're going, and then the air pressure and the gravity is like being sort of balanced on the wings and the flight, so that lets them, and then they, you know,
sounds very. It sounds right.
sounds
I believe
something
you.
right. Like
I believe
but the force.
I'd listen to a seminar.
The force of gravity and like the air pressure on the wings, counterbalanced by the momentum and velocity of the plane, is what keeps it from falling. That would be my uneducated layman's explanation to, like, if a kid asked me
TLDR.
if a kid asked me how do planes fly, that's how I would explain it. Something about air, maybe not air. I don't think air pressure is like the surface pressure on.
Bro, I see the cogwheel turning.
Bro, I'm like,
I threw you for a loop
Yeah.
there. Something
Yeah.
snapped in your brain. I mean,
something like
everything
that.
you said sounds right.
Yeah, something about it has to do with velocity and air pressure.
The answer I was looking for was wings. How do planes fly? Wings.
Helicopters are a little bit more crazy. Helicopters are wacky.
I don't believe in helicopters.
Helicopters
and
aren't
this is
real.
why. I threw a fan that was turned on off my roof, and it just fell. And that's,
I
my
like that. That's your argument. That's the extent of the argument.
I mean, think about
This
it.
$5 fan was just not adequate.
Dude, it was a Walmart $12 fan.
Oh, then it should have flown.
It should have flown. That's what I'm saying.
Once you break that $10 threshold, it says it
Especially at
on the
Walmart.
label. Actually,
Can be used as
can be
a
used
helicopter
as
replacement.
a pseudo helicopter.
Do you think these
I mean,
are,
I'm technically classified as
one of these days, one of these podcasts, we're gonna do a drunk cast, and
it's gonna be fucking messy.
I don't know the difference in what happens between episodes, because some of them are like this that are just an absolute
just
train
wacky.
wreck.
They're just wacky.
And some of them we have in-depth conversation about
yeah.
Elden Ring.
It's true.
But this is one of these things that I think about a lot, and I hate that my brain goes here. It bothers me.
What? Get it out.
How
Get it out. He's pent up.
it's just so dumb. And this is a legitimate thought that I have often. You know a milk frother?
What? milk what?
A milk frother? The little handheld blender?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like
Okay.
it's a milk blender. What does it do? It whips the milk.
Yeah, it froths up the milk. It's like a little handheld blender.
We use froth in two different.
It's the same end result of what we're thinking of.
So it's your whipping milk.
Essentially, yes. Okay.
What does this have to do with the podcast?
Just let me get there.
What?
Instead of a milk frother, so you know what we're talking about, a hand blender. You've seen a hand blender, like an immersion blender.
Yeah.
How many of those do you think it'll take to propel a boat?
What kind of boat?
Let's start with a dinghy.
73.
I feel like that's kind of fair.
73.
But this is a legitimate thought I have often.
What about whisks? Like electric whisks?
Yeah.
Do you think that would work too?
It's got to have it's got to be at least
Multi-speed?
400.
It's a lot of them.
If they're small.
Someone who has more money than we do.
Elon Musk.
Elon
We
Musk.
challenge you.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast.
we are
even better. Mr. Beast, we're tagging you. We're calling you out. How many whisks does it take to propel a boat?
It could be a John boat.
Could be a John boat.
Do you know what a John boat is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
Yeah, a little steel.
little John boat. I don't have enough
Dinghy.
money for either.
No, I don't.
I mean, yeah, 400 whisks. That's got to be electric
Yeah.
power
you see?
source.
You see, it's complicated. It's complicated, but this is a legitimate thought I have. Okay, so while you're grinding those gears, I'm here for it. Go ahead.
I'm just thinking about the actual way to figure it out. You need to find the minimum required actual propeller that would propel a John boat at a speed, and then figure out how much power.
Got like 15 horsepower motors that propel a John boat.
So
Not
how
very
much?
fast.
How much horsepower does one whisk give off? Is the question.
Somebody that is
And how do
attended
you attach them
a
together?
single engineering class.
Yeah,
Please.
anybody.
Hit us up.
Anybody, please. If you're
Here's-
still in school doing something.
Here's another one. Okay? Here's another one. A legitimate thought I have.
Can I interject?
Yeah.
How many shotguns would it take to lift you off the ground?
12?
Like, so all
Simultaneous shot.
Yeah, simultaneous shots to the ground with you for the force of 12 shotguns.
Have you ever shot a shotgun?
Yes.
They're pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 12.
Yeah.
Simultaneous shot.
How far do you think you'd be lifted?
Oh, like half an inch.
12?
Yeah.
So like a 12 shotgun blast attached to your feet.
Oh, attached to my feet.
No, I'm just saying the force of. I'm not talking about the logistics of actually shooting 12 shotguns and the force of how many Mythbusters, please, Vsauce,
Adam
anybody.
Savage, please.
Yeah.
We're calling you out.
I need to know.
This is another one.
12 shotgun blasts. Is it
What'll
enough
it
to
do?
get you off the ground?
225.
Yeah. What kind of shotguns are we?
The strongest we got.
And the weakest. I want to see what both do.
We need the extremes of both sides.
How many elephant guns?
Does everybody know what an elephant gun is?
It's a big shotgun
That's all it is.
rifle. It's a shotgun rifle.
That
is actually
watch the first Tremors movie. You'll
yeah.
understand.
Oh yeah. Oh, anybody who hasn't
get the elephant gun.
anybody who hasn't seen Tremors, the original Tremors, I think it's on Netflix. It might actually be on Netflix with Kevin Bacon and I don't know the other guy.
It's just Kevin Bacon. Burt Macklin.
I love Burt Macklin.
Who does?
But as Kevin Bacon, it's an old movie. I grew up watching Tremors. That was like a staple in my household.
It was on Sci-Fi all
also,
the time.
These are two movie recommendations I have for people.
Human
Tremors?
Centipede.
No. Take bath salts and watch Human Centipede.
Wow. You really just shot it to a different level there.
Tremors
Okay.
and then Almost Heroes with Chris Farley. It also has a guy from Friends.
David Schwimmer? The tall guy?
The one with the flat face. Black hair?
The guy who plays Joey?
No. The other
David Schwimmer.
is that
The
is that
super
David
tall guy. He's like lanky.
Not the
He
one.
kind of looks like Gumby. The flat face, black hair, flat face. I feel like you're talking about Matthew Perry, but he doesn't have black hair.
Brown hair?
Yeah.
Okay,
Brownish.
who the fuck is Matthew Perry? Matthew.
I could be getting these names wrong. I don't think I am actually.
No, Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry.
It has Chris Farley and Matthew Perry.
Huh.
They are. Have you ever seen Almost Heroes?
No.
It's an amazing. It's a hilarious movie. It's two other guys that are racing Lewis and Clark to get to the other side of the continent. It's hilarious. It's Matthew Perry and Chris Farley. Oh my god! I need to show. It is good. It is hilarious.
We'll do a live stream watch. Of
Yes. Oh my god! Please, can we do that?
We can try.
Oh, we need to be trashed for it though. Like thrashed.
TwitchTV.ThingsStuffPodcast.
Exactly.
Things and Stuff Pod. I lied. TwitchTV/Things and Stuff Pod.
That's a mouthful.
That's real, actually. That's actually real.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
It
a Twitch
exists?
channel. Yeah, I made it. It's real.
Oh, hey.
It's out there.
Check it out. There's nothing there, but check it out.
It's zero.
Zero.
I streamed once when we were playing.
Oh.
So it was like 2 months ago.
We just need to start doing stuff on
We
it.
just literally need to start doing stuff. You know what else is a great movie that I feel is criminally underrated?
Two rating. Two. Those are my two. Tremors and Almost Here. These are some older movies. Quality movies.
One of my favorite movies of all time, Wayne's World, the original.
Wayne's World is so good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. But like everyone's seen Wayne's World, I think.
I feel like
you know?
a lot of people haven't though. A lot of people that I know have not seen Wayne's World. I've seen
What
it
are they doing?
minimum 35 times. That's not an
Wayne's
exaggeration.
World's hilarious. That's a great movie.
And you know what else?
Chris Farley's in it.
Chris Farley is.
Chris Farley's amazing.
I quote his part all the time.
Which part?
And nobody ever gets it. He's a security guard.
Yeah.
So he's talking about where his limo is going and how you can beam the live broadcast of the performance to the satellite to his limousine. I'm doing it right now. It's the hand gestures. So I do it all the time. Nobody ever gets it. So he's like, you're doing the performance here. You beam it up to the satellite, and you beam it over to his limousine. Yeah. And nobody ever gets
That's
it.
like classic Chris Farley movements,
Classic. And another one that I used to quote a lot, but nobody ever got it. Everybody just thought I was mad. Where I don't remember what movie it's from, but he's just out there screaming at the top of his lungs, "For the love of God!" And nobody ever gets it.
It might be Tommy Boy.
I think it is.
Tommy Boy's another. If you haven't watched Chris Farley's movies, Tommy Boy, Almost Heroes.
R.I.P.
Yeah. That's what alcohol and being overweight will do to you. And being very aggressive. You never see a 250-pound man doing cartwheels and being as active as Chris Farley is. Like he was a big dude. He was a big dude.
He was larger than 250 pounds.
Of course, but I'm just saying, minimum 250 pounds. Minimum. Okay, he's probably like 280. But the man was a beast. Chris Farley. Big old heifer.
Big old funny dude. So I'm looking up the other movie that I feel is
Black Sheep's
underrated.
one.
Oh, there it is.
He's like a kung fu master.
Nobody knows what it is.
Beverly Hills Ninjas?
No. Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
I always see Mandela effect shit. Is it Shazam, Kazam?
Shazam is...
I've never seen that movie with Shaq.
I think it was before your time.
A lot of stuff is before my time.
It is.
A lot of
Like
stuff.
you've never seen The Matrix, right?
I've seen The Matrix.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was a long time where you didn't see The Matrix.
I saw it. Oh, wow, they're good. The first
all
Matrix
three?
is really good. No, I've seen the first one and the last one. What are you doing?
Was there a fly or was it just a reflection of my watch?
Reflection. It's the reflection.
We're losing it in here, people.
Yeah.
We're losing it.
There's fumes. There's gas.
Body gas. Flatulence. Kazam was pretty good. It's a very, very low budget movie.
Those are some of the best movies, though.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those movies that like you kind of you see and you're like, wow, I wish I could watch that again. But then you watch it again and you're like, wow, this is atrocious.
Yeah, but I don't feel that way about Tremors or.
No.
Those are great movies.
You know what I feel that way now about? I talked to you about it.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Wow, I love that movie. I really love that movie. I think I watched the second one twice. They never
There's
finished.
3. The Voyage of the Dawn Treader is the third one, I think.
Did that ever come out?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think there's
they
3.
stopped at Prince Caspian.
I think The Voyage came out, but I don't think it was acclaimed or.
I love the first movie.
Yeah, I mean it's great. A lot of religious overtones.
Yeah.
Voyage of the Dawn Treader, I think, came out, but you know he's actually friends with Tolkien.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. both of them. I think C.S. Lewis is dead, right?
What is this? What is this nonsense that I'm looking at? The Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yeah.
Wow.
It came out, but it was not good. Not good.
I completely did not know that movie existed. Swear to God.
They want you
idea.
to. They want it to stay that way.
You know, back in the day when we were first getting into the fantasy side of things, and we were using whatever materials we could find to act as a sword and hit each other with. There was a website that had prop swords, and I asked for Homeboy's sword so many times. I never got it.
Nope.
It was like $50. But then again,
From your parents?
Yeah. Then again, why are you going to give a fat kid that likes to swing stuff a sword? I wouldn't, as a parent now. I'm not a parent, but as an adult, I wouldn't.
Oh, I'm definitely training my kids to wield
August
weapons.
is already smacking stuff.
I
wanted to get the boys a sword and shield, or at least a sword.
Foam ones.
I know, but I wanted to do it at the Rent Fest, and I didn't get to go again. R.I.P.
Well, when they turn 3, it'll be a lot easier, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
3-year-olds are way more like the difference
Cognizant.
between a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old is massive. Absolutely massive. Like
words and sentences.
Yeah, 100%.
Damn, we were on a roll with something, and I wanted to bring up something. Here's another thought that I have multiple times a month, probably. Going back to that, it's just so dumb. And I swear to you, these are thoughts that I have often. If you sunk a cruise ship,
The Titanic, it did sink.
okay, if you sunk the Titanic and it didn't split in half, how many inner tubes do you think it would take to keep it afloat if you inflated them all inside of the ship? Yeah.
300,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds about right.
Spitballing here.
Spitballing. Just
Like they
throwing it at
all
the wall.
simultaneously just inflated. Do you think it would keep it afloat?
I don't know.
300,000.
Like
At least
now the problem is
one amusement park inner tube per person.
Huh.
Maybe not even, because that's a big boat.
It's a big boat, but like, are they all gonna fit in there? And then is the pressure of all those inner tubes just gonna snap the boat? Are they gonna pop? I don't know.
Have you ever seen Titanic?
Yeah.
Is Leonardo DiCaprio a time traveler? So, okay.
Is
Things and
Leonardo,
theories.
Is Titanic just another dream of Inception?
Maybe, but probably not.
Oh wow.
So here's a thought. I watched the Things and Theories.
Things and theories.
There is a conspiracy.
Here we go. We're conspiracy theorists.
There's a conspiracy theory about the Titanic that says Leo's actually a time traveler, saying that he goes back. I don't remember the exact logistics of it, but he goes back because he's the person that stops the chick from jumping off the boat, right?
Correct.
His sole purpose is to stop that. Because he's there to make sure the boat sinks. Because think about what time period it's happening, right? It's happening in like just before 1940s, right?
Yeah.
So think about this. He goes there to make sure she doesn't jump off, because if she would have jumped off, the boat would have redirected and swung around to pick her up, missing the iceberg. So think about this. If the boat does not sink, the boat continues to make voyages through World War II. Meaning the boat is likely to get sunk by a German U-boat, causing the U.S. military to engage in World War II before
Pearl
Harbor, meaning hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives are lost because the U.S. goes into World War II unprepared.
You really threw something at me here. That's
the theory.
Wild.
That's the theory.
That is wild. How do people come up with this?
So in the core of it is that
he's a time traveler.
she says when she's older, because she survives, that he never actually had a ticket. You know, he never bought a ticket. He won it, or won the ticket.
Yeah.
Like he was gifted it.
Right.
He was never on the ledger. His name was never there.
Right.
Because he's there on an agenda. That's what was said. That's nuts. That's a theory of theories.
That's wacky, dude.
And who filmed
Makes
that?
a lot of sense.
Stanley Kubrick, right?
Sure.
Who directed the Titanic?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Google knows.
Because I think it's Stanley. No, it might not be Kubrick. Spielberg.
Sounds like a Spielberg movie.
No, Kubrick.
Filmed and directed by James Cameron.
James Cameron. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
$200 million budget, dude.
That's crazy.
It made $2.2
Cameron,
billion.
what is Cameron's other filmography?
Terminator?
They're all sci-fi movies.
Well, I mean, so
they're all sci-fi movies.
What are we saying now?
That the only movie that's not sci-fi is the Titanic. That's quote sci-fi. It's a realistic movie, but it's his only movie that is not flagged as a sci-fi movie. Hence, him being a time traveler, making it a sci-fi movie. Because Cameron is a sci-fi director.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Skadoosh.
Wow. That's wild, dude.
It's a well put together theory. It is very well put together.
You know what?
Because it's probably true, too.
You know what I feel that is a running trend now and it started with Dark Souls and Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like these directors and producers and makers of the games and all of that stuff, I feel like they just put stuff out and throw in random stuff, and they just they
Because of
do
MatPat.
they do the minimum, and then they literally just let the community build the story, and they're like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, because it's a better way to storytell, I think, because you're just like dangling the carrot and you're saying just
Sure,
look beyond.
but what I'm saying is like they don't actually include a real story. They just throw in hints and tips and tricks,
Yeah.
and then people just theory craft, and it just becomes the story. Like the amount of absolute shenanigans that MatPat pulls out of Five Nights at Freddy's lore.
Insane. He has like what 30 videos minimum somewhere in that
Yeah,
ballpark.
that's
It's a lot of videos.
I feel like that's lower.
He has a
it's just
lot
like
of videos on Five Nights.
The
at
fact
Freddy.
that you can pull out, well, there's a knot specifically in that piece of wood, and that specific piece of wood
is
was
coded
from
directly.
Yeah, exactly.
Has the same color code
If
as
you break the code,
Yeah.
you'll see that it's 100.0.1 instead of 100.0.0.
yeah.
And now it's lore. Now it's theory.
But
No, I'm here for it. I love it.
but Five Nights at Freddy's and Dark Souls do it completely different. You see what I'm saying? Like Dark Souls, all of the story's there. The direct, like, what's his name? Scott Coffin?
Yeah.
I don't think he knew the story until MatPat started helping him create the
That's
story.
what I'm saying.
Five Nights at Freddy is as successful as it is now because of MatPat.
I 100% believe so.
He has perpetuated the success of Five Nights at Freddy's
and Markiplier.
and Markiplier. I guess so.
Just
I've never
because
seen any Markiplier stuff on
he's
it.
such a large YouTuber that him playing a game blows it up. And
Of
he
course,
was
same thing
he
with
was
Five Nights at Freddy. I mean, Game Theory.
Yeah, he was
Massive.
super into it. I mean, he's like quote unquote crowned the king because I think he was the first one to beat most of the ultra hard versions of the games.
Good for him.
They're great. They're great.
But conversely, Dark Souls, all of that story's there. It's just on you to find it. It's
Right.
on you to discover the story. Like,
But still,
so
even-
what is the story of Dark Souls?
There's a lot to unpack
TLDR.
there.
So the Dark Souls
There's-
1 to 3. What is the story?
There's a curse. There are people that found a godly power. They took that power to try and destroy the curse. It didn't work. So what they did was try to prolong their
Wasn't the curse
time of
created
peace.
because they found the power?
I don't think so.
I think so. Because it was Age of Dragons, Age of Fire, Age of Dark. The Age
But
of
the Age
Dark.
of Fire was created in response to the curse.
No.
Because the pilgrimages of all the
Dark Souls 3 is after Dark Souls 1, yeah?
yeah,
Fire, then Dark.
depending on what
So
you
what
choose.
comes first, light or dark?
The chicken or the egg?
Leave it down in the
Without-
comments. What comes first? Not the chicken or the egg, but light or dark. Is dark inherently there first, or do you not see dark unless there's a light casting some sort of shadow? Like that's the question that is really asked.
I feel like
Imagine. Oh, here's a very thought provoking.
Oh, boy.
So, what if the universe, the darkness that is the universe, we are just in the shadow of light?
how come the closer you get to the sun in space, the darker and the colder it gets? I know
Is
the
that a
answer
fact?
to this.
Is that a fact?
No, but it's just one of those like it's one of those.
It doesn't it get hotter?
No, because think about it.
I mean, Venus
you-
is way
if-
hotter than.
Well,
Earth.
there's the answer, but this is just one of those funny
Pluto's way colder than Venus.
Right. This is just one of those things. Like, if you go into space, it's cold, right? And it's dark. It's cold and it's dark.
I get what you're saying.
I know the answer. There's an actual scientific answer for it. Ozone, something to reflect off of, something to absorb the heat and the light. And something to absorb the heat and reflect the light.
Because there's nothing.
But it's just one of those, like,
That is a weird one. But I think it's a proximity thing.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
well. Like, if you were to, like, get within Venus range and you were just in space, do you think you'd burn up?
Well, yes.
Like, if you're in that Venus-Mercury area, do you think, if you were just floating in space, like, above Venus, do you think you'd fry?
Probably.
Because you're that close to the sun.
Yeah, probably.
Whereas if you're in space by Earth, you're in the habitable layer.
What do you think has the most dangerous landscape? Well, not landscape. If you were to land
One
on
of the gas giants.
Okay.
Like, I'd say Jupiter or Saturn.
That's fair. But okay.
Because the crazy part about Jupiter and Saturn is there's a core.
Yeah.
There's a core.
Something that's
that.
attracting all the gas.
Yes. There is a heavy metal core. It's fucking rocking out down there. It's fucking rocking out. And it is attracting all of that gas to it and holding it in, causing nothing but intense storms.
You know what else is metal? Venus. My answer to this question was Venus. Mercury, Venus, Mars. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
The atmosphere is so wild that
it's so thin, isn't it?
It's actually more dense. We can't land anything there because we can't get through the atmosphere. It's so thick. I don't know how we know this. We can't get down there. Wow.
Science.
Theory. Conspiracy. Apparently there is constant acid rain and also metal storms. Like
Wouldn't
the
Jupiter
atmosphere
and Saturn
is
be similar to
so
that, though?
dense that...
Don't they have like lightning storms though? Like just like lightning hurricane? I mean, we have that on Earth.
We have that on Earth. Not as
prevalent.
Yeah, but apparently Venus is the most gnarly of the planets.
I think actually our solar system is quite tame compared to the rest of space.
I'd imagine so.
So we're carbon-based life forms, yeah?
Correct.
Carbon-based life forms. And minerals are silicone? No, they're still carbon-based, right?
Everything's carbon-based. Around, as far as we're concerned.
So, but like that just begs the question, like, is carbon-based life forms the only form of life that is going to exist or meant to exist? Like when
this
people
goes back to the alien theory.
When people are like, oh well, there's no water there, they can't fucking live. Well, how do you know they're drinking water? I mean, obviously, all of our life, carbon-based life, needs water to survive, like living carbon-based life forms. But who's to say on a different planet they're not eating fucking crystal rocks? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Who's to say they're not
exactly
surviving
we don't
off
know.
of that?
We don't know.
Like, but the two types of planets that I think are likely to exist, or alien life forms, I think complete like plant
insects.
I'd say insects and then plants like ants.
Huh.
Like
tree people?
Yes, because plant life is so diverse. Like I think eventually if plants were just left alone, they would be able to evolve into some pretty gnarly things.
Well, just think about it. Anywhere you go, like you've seen all those old pictures of abandoned cities and stuff where
it's overgrown.
Everything is overgrown. Yeah. Plants will find a way.
Yeah, plants have found a way.
Grass makes its way through concrete.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a normal thing. It's just one of those things. So imagine if our atmosphere was more tuned specifically for them, what could happen? I mean, they're self-sufficient. They photosynthesize their own food. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody needs a little bit of agua. Everybody needs a little bit of high-quality H2O.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, if there's something that could substitute
imagine a plant-based life that didn't thrive off water and they thrived off like something like sulfur.
Like what's going down? What's going on down in the darkest depths of the ocean? There's stuff down there. There are shrimp down there that
I think this was cut content, but squid or like Cthulhu-esque squid people are also very likely.
What if Atlantis is real and they're all just squid people?
I don't know. We've
What if
explored
octopi
more.
and cuttlefish are just scouts?
We know more about the space than we do about the ocean. Right?
Isn't that wild, bro? Isn't that wild?
It's wild because it's everywhere. The Earth is literally mostly water. 75%?
I think 73.
Something like that. Some number that is a lot of everything, and
a large chunk.
Yeah.
And we just don't. We just
because it's more difficult because it's so dense.
So dense. The pressure is so strong.
That's
it's so
well.
dark.
I mean, I don't know about dense, but I think it's the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure is what does it.
I want to know, why aren't we funding this? Why aren't we doing more to find out what's in our planet instead of outside of our planet first? Like, figure out what you got in your house before you go outside.
So this goes back to the conspiracy whatever question. What if they do know and they're just not saying it?
Fair enough.
Or like, what if Rapture exists? Do you know what I'm talking about? BioShock? City under the water?
Oh, yeah.
Like Rapture? Like, what if that's a thing?
I mean,
I don't think so, but
one of my things is there's a theory that there's no such thing as an original thought. All your thoughts are based off of some sort of experience that you have. So my thought, wow, that was kind of weird. My thought on that thought process is everybody's idea comes from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So like somebody saw a dugong or a little whale or something and thought it was a mermaid. What if it actually was a mermaid? We have no proof that it's not. Somebody saw a giant squid somewhere and thought up
the crack.
Hey, you want to know something crazy that I just found out that just sparked in my mind? Dinosaurs, more specifically T-Rex, are more akin to birds than reptiles. Yeah. They had feathers.
Feathered. They were feathered. Most dinosaurs were feathered. T-Rex is more related to a chicken than it is to a lizard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, obviously there's dragons at some point. There had to be a dragon.
Dragon-esque. I mean, pterodactyls or like the pterosaurs are probably as close as it gets. I mean, the only problem with like dragon anatomy is it actually breathing fire.
So I was just thinking about that.
There's no known animal that currently breathes fire. I don't
currently, but the way I'd imagine it is like so there's take snakes and their ejection of poison, right? They shoot out poison.
Yeah.
My thought
it's like a bladder or something like that.
The dragon has a bladder that has, or a gland that has a flame sack. It has
Monster Hunter.
A flammable. Where did the ideas come from? They must have learned it from something. There's a flame sack that has a flammable liquid that when they shoot it, they eject it from their sack. It mixes with the oxygen because oxygen is very flammable and it's a very aggressive gas.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot it, and it ignites. Flame breath. So they're not actually breathing fire. They're breathing a liquid that ignites, like a flamethrower.
Does that exist, though?
I don't know.
Like, is there a liquid that does that, is what I'm saying.
I'm sure.
Like a liquid that once you introduce it to oxygen, it ignites.
There are chemicals and substances that when exposed to either air or another chemical.
Well, it has to be oxygen.
Immediately.
It has to be oxygen.
Right. Or was it in some place of the world that has a slightly different atmosphere, that has something lingering in the air that caused that fluid to ignite? And they're like, oh, God, they're breathing fire.
A lot of questions here.
A lot of questions.
Not
zero
a lot of
answers.
No.
None. Zero. Literally zilch.
It's like a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
M. Night Shyamalan. What did you do to Avatar? What did you do to it?
ruined
Why?
it.
Why would you do that?
Aren't they redoing one?
Yeah, the
I have hope.
Netflix is doing it. I had hope until they parted ways with the original creators of the series
Oh,
because of creative differences. So,
I mean, how are you gonna have creative differences with the original creators? That's like saying not Tolkien. We're okay. Sorry, we're gonna do Lord of the Rings our way.
right.
I'd be like, I mean,
That's kind of-
Peter kind of did that, but there's so much in Lord of the Rings, the actual books, that don't need to be there
Right.
to the story.
In his defense, he didn't have Tolkien to ask, "Hey, yo, what do you think about this instead of this? What do you think? Do you really think Tom Bombadil was necessary? Do you think the Barrow Whites were necessary?"
Would have been cool to see the Barrow Whites.
It would have been very cool. Was it necessary to have Aragorn have the shards
On him?
at all times?
That's kind of crazy. Where was he keeping that? In like a sack?
In his sheath. He just stuffed them in the sheath. Because he pulls out the broken blade and shows Sam, is like, yo, I know you think I'm a threat, but I have a broken sword. What am I going to do with this?
He only has the one sword.
I haven't got that far yet. This is at the Prancing Pony.
Interesting. But yeah, a lot of if you guys have any thoughts about this, leave some. I mean, I know we've touched on quite a few things, but if anything piques your interest,
let us know.
Conspiratorially,
hit us up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Leave a comment down in the comment section because this is now a YouTube video.
Yeah.
We probably should plug the YouTube channel, and we probably should know it by heart, but I don't. I'll be honest.
It's Things and Stuff Pod, but it doesn't show up because we don't have that many people subscribed. So
is it just Things and Stuff Pod?
I think so. I mean, you created it.
Things and Stuff Pod.
Yep.
That's it. No capitals, no space.
Leave
Let us know.
Leave a like, subscribe, comment. This is gonna be posted on our usual avenues.
On all of our avenues, we're trying to figure out a schedule again because of life. It's been difficult.
Tough. It's just tough. I mean, we're still trying to post at the end or beginning of the week, like Sunday, Monday kind of thing. But now, because it's a video, there's rendering that goes in, so we can't just like record it and post it like we were before to Spotify. So we have to render it, and then there's still some editing we have to put into it. And shout out to Dom. Dom's doing the bulk of it. I'm here as content.
He comes up with the things and stuff.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here for
not all of it, but
not all of it, but I'm here for content and the banter because that's what we do.
That's what we do. That's how this came to be.
Yeah, eventually I would like to sort of head some of the more like, if we ever get to the point, when we get to the point, I don't want to say if, when we get to the point where if we do any like art stuff or merchandising stuff, I did a lot of that, growing up. And
T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah, T-shirts coming soon. We actually should have those T-shirts. And like I said, I was also working on a website, so the website's like done.
It's great.
It just needs to really just be published, and we need to get like the Instagram, social media channels, and getting them pushed forward. But it's just
we got to get it together, basically.
Yeah, it's just finding the resources, because we both work full-time jobs outside of this, and I'm full-time dad of 2.
He's a dad.
Yeah,
He's got a whole family.
Yeah, and it's a lot of stuff going on. So we still very much appreciate all the people that and
always.
To shout out to like there's a lot of people that actually do listen to it on a frequent basis, and they're people I didn't even expect.
Yeah. Same.
Like I have like, just to name a few, like somebody I haven't talked to in like forever, like Jose. I don't know if you remember who Jose was, but I went to school with him. He was in the grade above me with his sister Erin Fleming, and went to St. Mark's with them. And Jose reached out to me. He was just like really supportive of what we were doing. And then there was I believe I went to high school with her, this girl Genesis, and she actually does a lot of really cool meal prepping stuff.
Cool.
I told her that she's like, she didn't have enough time to do it full time, but I was like, bro, this stuff they look good. Like her meal preps look
legit.
They are legit. And I praised her for the work she does, because bro, I can't meal prep. Like it's tough.
Tough.
And she, she did a great job, and she reached out to me, I don't know, weeks ago, a month ago, or whatever, and she said, "Oh, it was really good, and it was a really good episode," and it was just inspiring. And then recently, Ashley,
Shout out Ashley.
yeah, she even promoted it.
Shout out Abe.
Abe, yeah.
Shannon tells me that Abe listens to the podcast.
Yeah, it's it's just people we know and giving us the support. It's just really comforting knowing that people do listen to. I know it's a longer podcast.
It's
Understand
about
it.
average.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the podcasts I listen to are an hour long.
Yeah. It's long for a YouTube video.
Yeah, but
You can come back to it.
I mean,
Stop
it's
in,
one of
stop
those
out.
things you put on. You're not sitting there putting on the YouTube video of our podcast and sitting there and watching it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you put on in the background.
Yeah, I agree. Just listening to us chit chat, getting the thoughts out, and that's really what it is. It's very cathartic, actually.
It is.
It's very feel good time. I always feel good after having these conversations. Most of the time, I think there's been like 1 or 2 episodes where I was like, but
Can't be perfect all the time.
no, like this was a very good episode. I think very very talky, very chit chatty.
Very interesting one to say
Very
the
There's
least.
a lot of interesting topics. And
Shout out Display. Shout
Yeah.
out 3D Energy. Shout out
shout out to
Alani
my
Energy.
empty Alani. It was delicious. I
Shout out
love it.
Loot Crate. This was a Loot Crate t-shirt.
I got this at Disney World from the Indiana Jones
Cool.
area.
I
Yeah.
haven't been to Disney in a long time.
Love Disney
I'd
World.
like to go. Shout out Disney.
Yeah, shout out Disney.
Shout out
for-
Walter. Walt changed his name, right? His name wasn't Walt originally. He changed it, right? I feel like there's something.
Theodore. I don't know. It could have been.
Could have been.
Is Walt just short for Walter?
I don't think so.
Is it a separate name?
I think it's separate.
It could be
I think
both, though.
I think it's his own entity.
Yeah, it could be both, though.
Could be.
But yeah, like I said, guys, or we were saying is, just support,
Appreciate
just- We appreciate. Yeah. Don't really got much else.
See ya. One of us should
Did we-
probably get up and end it, huh?
My legs are crossed.
I'm blocked by my microphone.
Same.
Wow, my forehead is large. See ya.